Today we're drinking Mountain Dew Game Fuel. He's drinking wild cherry flavored.
Cherry burst. I'm not a big fan of energy drinks, but.
And I'm drinking, I think, Tropical Strike. Charged Tropical Strike. Welcome, guys. We're back with another episode of Customer Commentary. Today we got Josh on.
Thanks for having me.
Nice having you on. You're going to tell some stories about when you worked at a grocery store.
I got some pretty good stories, I think.
A grocery store, and my dad was your boss?
Yeah, his dad was my boss. His dad was the one who hired me. I was like, I need a job. And I literally texted him, and he goes, sure.
What are some horrible customer stories? I know you said something about a pickle lady or something.
Is the pickle lady. So, I was a grocery clerk, and we had sales from Thursday to Wednesday. And Wednesdays are a busy day, and we're breaking down ends. And we apparently had a really good sale on pickles. You know, pickles go crazy, you know. It was a buy one, get two free. You know, 3 cans for one price is fucking good pickles, you know?
Yeah.
So, they flew off the shelves, you know, whatever. But on a Wednesday, this lady always came in and always bitched and complained. She was always the C word all the time. But, so I'm on the pasta end, and I'm on top of the end cap. So I'm like 3 stories up. And I'm, you know, cutting boards and stuff. And she comes to me and goes, "Where's the pickles?" And I'm just like, "Oh, the pickles are right down aisle 5, halfway to your right. Just right down there, you'll see them." "You're not there." Like, okay, let's go down there. So I walk down the aisle, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, look at that, they're not there. You can get a rain check if you want." And as I was talking, she's like, "Check the back room."
Oh my god, that's the worst.
So if you ever asked to check the back room, we don't have it. I know that story inside and out, like my fucking bedroom.
Yep.
It's just not there.
When it's pretty much any grocery store, they ask to check the back room. You know what all that's asking? That means you walk back there, you check your phone for a little bit, and then you come back and you're like, "Yeah, we didn't have it."
Yeah, chit chat. You know.
It's because you know we don't have it.
We know there's nothing back there, especially on the last day of the sale. If a hot item like that, something that's buy one get 2 free, or the buy 2 get 3 frees, we're gonna be out of it.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
You gotta get there earlier in the week. So I look at it, I'm like, yeah, I'll go back there. And it's a busy day, so instead of just doing what he did, and he says chat and you text, I was like building some boats, getting ready to build some more end caps, because we usually had to stay late. I come back out, nope, sorry, we don't have them. You know, I gotta get a rain check, and a rain check pretty much means is when we get them, you get this previous sale.
Yep.
So it's really not that big of a deal. You just come in a different day. And she got lippy with me and goes, "Every time I come in here, you guys never have the good sales. You guys are always out of the items."
Well, let me guess. She always came in on Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Of course.
At like 6:30, 7 p.m.
Of course.
So it's like the latest time of the sale. And I got pissed off, and I was holding it in, and I look at her and go, "Ma'am, you didn't come in on a Wednesday every goddamn time. Maybe you'd get your pickles." And I walked away and continued building.
Yeah, maybe if you came in on a Friday or a Saturday.
What is your problem? Why come in on the last day and ask for pickles? First off, it's fucking pickles. Like, you really need 3 cans of pickles? So no matter what, she came in, because she kept shopping there.
Was it always pickles, or was it just like any sale?
Any sale. So for the pasta, you know, like Barilla pasta, there's like 7 different versions of Barilla pasta. She'd always want this obscure capellini and fucking the ABCs.
Well, probably one that rarely sells.
Yeah. And she wanted a specific one, and I'm like, no, it's gone. Like, we're not gonna have 13 boxes
we
of your Caparelli
we don't order a ton of this shit that doesn't sell.
Exactly.
Why would we keep that in the back room so it goes out of code?
Angel hair, macaroni.
The stuff that sells.
That's the stuff, you know, not this fucking ABC pasta shit, like for soup. Yeah, it's on sale, but we're not going to keep 30 boxes of it. You get 1 box and that's it.
Yeah. I've had the same thing, as you can imagine.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Customers coming in on Wednesday, the day we're changing sales, and it's like, yeah, of course we don't have it. It's been on sale all week. We've sold it all.
It's gone. I'm sorry.
They're on sale. You're not the only one who shops on sale. Have any other stories, customers?
I got another one. So, towards the end of my tenure, when I knew I was leaving, I got more attitude-y with people because I'm like, I'm invincible, and I just don't care.
Yeah.
So
you were leaving anyways.
Exactly. So there's one. So, I never bagged and never cashiered in my life. I had the luxury of skipping because of his father. So, it got really busy, and we got called up to the front. And normally, we don't have to oblige to that, but I'm like, you know what? We're not busy. I was literally playing fucking football in the back room because all I was doing that.
I remember you telling me this.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, we'll go to the front. So I'm bagging, and I'm bagging how I would bag, which to me is the correct way. You know, heavy shit at the bottom, light shit on top. You know, don't make the bags too heavy. And there's one lady which is complaining about how I was bagging. You know, critiquing me every step of the way. And she had a large, big basket of shit, or a big cart of shit. And I got pissed off, and I looked at her and I go, ma'am, I'm not a bagger. I'm a grocery clerk. I'm not supposed to be up here. I'm doing this for you. So would you like to bag yourself? And I remember her face, she's just like, I was like, okay. So I thought, and I kept bagging.
Did he really just say that to me?
Yeah. It's like, people don't realize that we have, you know, lives and shit too. We're not robots.
Yeah, they think they think they're better than everybody else.
Yeah, calm down, Karen. You know, like, you don't need to be like that. Especially I was just fucking in college, so I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
There was a time when I got called up to bag. It only happened once. And I went up there and I bagged, and I was like really nervous because it was not what I normally did. So I was bagging, and then the store director was also bagging right next to me, and he's like, "You've never worked front end before?" And I was like, "Not here." And he's like, "Oh, we're gonna get you right on it." And I was like, "If you do that, I'm quitting." If you do not going through that again. I already went through as a cashier for a year.
So yeah. Bagging and being cashier is the worst job at a grocery store. When you're cashier, you get yelled at all the time, especially for prices of shit. Like, you have no control over it, and like the coupons and stuff.
Oh yeah, if the coupon doesn't work.
Yeah.
Some stores have different policy on if it worked, like if you can accept them or not.
And of course, our store, how it works is they accept any coupon, pretty much.
Yeah.
Even if they're like expired, they'll still take them. So of course they come in here with purposely expired coupons, start yelling at you, and then you gotta get the manager over there, and then. I've witnessed so much shit.
And they're like, yeah, we'll help you with it.
We'll take it, yeah.
When I worked as a cashier, it wasn't obviously at a grocery store, it was a department store, but it was people constantly coming in with expired coupons, and it's just annoying. You have to turn on your light, wait for the manager to come over, and just, approve it. Yeah, that's fine. Yes, we can attitude. Do you have any stories about managers?
I have one good story. Usually... Most of the managers, the one I worked at, were really laid back and cool. We had really two dicky ones. I remember my favorite, though, one is that story. Like, we played wiffle ball in the back room a lot. Like, that was our thing we just did. Because our grocery store was really slow, and if we got all our work done and everything was put up, a lot of times they just didn't care.
Yep.
So, and sometimes they had a sale on wiffle balls and stuff, so we bought them, and we just played in the back room. Remember one time, we got caught, because we usually didn't get caught.
Was it my dad?
No, it wasn't.
Wasn't it the assistant or something?
It was the bakery assistant one, yeah.
Oh.
And he was the manager for the day. He's coming back to do the baler for all the produce and shit. He walks back, and on mid-swing, he goes, okay, and just walked away. So we had one new kid and a new grocery assistant. And this guy, obviously, because he's new in this position, he wanted to assert himself as a dominant.
I was going to ask you about this because I do remember this.
Dominant person, you know. And
he was the grocery assistant, right?
Grocery assistant.
Yep, that's right. I remember this.
He doesn't make more money than me. He's just full time. Okay, and mind you, I kind of had the reputation in the grocery, like on the Wednesday days, like I said, for those. I usually kind of took charge and just kind of helped delegate things because I knew people's strengths and weaknesses and how to get things faster done. Anyway, so it was a Monday, and Mondays are a leveling day because there's no night crew, so we had to, push the whole store forward.
Yep.
A lot of shit. So
leveling, zoning, whatever.
Yeah,
your equivalent store calls it.
You had to take 2 items of everything and push it to the front to make the store look good.
Yep.
And we started that we get in at 4. I think we started that at 6. We got through aisle 7, which is halfway, in like an hour and a half. We got through 7, and we're like, let's go take our break. We're flying through it. And like 8 through 12 is like easy shit because it's like detergents, and like half of it's not ours. So like we didn't really have to do
like vendor shit.
Yeah. So we just had to do chips, detergent, and then cat food, dog food, and that was it. We're done. And we had till 9, so like let's go on break. So we're sitting on break, and mind you, this guy is off for the night. He left. He went home.
Oh, I do remember this story.
And he doesn't live near this fucking store. He lives 30 minutes down the road. So, and he left at like 4:30. So we're sitting in the break room, we're having our food, we're just eating. This motherfucker comes in the break room and goes, yeah, how long you guys been on break for? And I had the receipt, and I'm like, 16 minutes. And our breaks are 15 minutes long. He goes, yeah, I guess you guys are done, huh? He's like, yeah, how much work do you guys get done, huh? You guys do the leveling? And we're just like, yeah. We got through aisle 7. This guy starts going through all the aisles right, up and down, looking at
And
her
he's
level.
not even, he's only part-time, so he
was full-time.
Yeah, but he still he wasn't punched in at that point.
No, this guy's
So
on his off time. He came back to the store.
Yeah, yep.
To, like, critique us. And I'm sitting there like, yep, yep, I can't wait to tell on you. Yep, it's going to be fun. Because this guy had no idea I was friends with his dad, who was our boss. And then, so he's looking, there's nothing wrong with the levels. So then he comes to the front and sees a front end, which was, it was canned goods.
Was it one you just built?
No, it was empty.
Oh.
And your dad told me before he left. Your dad said, "Hey, look, at the canned veggies is trashed. Just wait till the end of the day and then put up these barbecue sauces.
Oh, okay.
It'll be fine. Just let the cans run.
Mm-hmm.
It looks bad, but we can't do anything because it was a really good. It was like buy 2 get 3 free of canned veggies, and canned veggies are like 60 cents. So they hotcakes. And they're like Libby, so it was a good brand too. It wasn't like our store brand. So they flew. And so he comes and goes, "Oh, what's wrong with this?" I'm just like, "Yeah, it's low." He goes, "Yeah, you gonna do something about it?" And I'm like, "Well, Dan told me to put the barbecue sauces at the end of the day." He goes, "Oh, really? He told you that?" And he like has like this weird smile. I'm like, "Yeah, he told me." He goes, "Okay," and then leaves. And I'm like, "This motherfucker, I can't wait to ruin this." And then literally like as he left, I pull out my phone. I'm like, "Hey Dan, I need to have a talk with you with this new grocery assistant here." And I told him the whole story. And then he pulls me aside and goes, "So Josh, this is what happened." I'm like, "Yeah, Dan, I was disrespected." You know what I mean? Like,
yep, 100%.
You trust. I've been here for a year. You trust me with everything. And this guy comes in when he's not working and starts going up and down the aisles, like critiquing what I did.
Yeah.
And the store wasn't even bad looking. He goes, "Yeah, I know. I looked it over when I got in at like 8:00.
Was that the next day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
So, of course, he talks. He goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna talk with him." After that, he left me alone.
Didn't say anything.
You know, he's like, "You should do this." I'm like, "I don't know, man. I should really do this." And he goes, "Yeah, you go ahead. You can do that."
You have any other stories?
I do. I had one. So I have one more bad customer one. Actually 2. One of them didn't happen to me. It happened to my friend, but it was another Wednesday and we're building ends, and it was the veggie end, the canned end, and Garrett was doing it, and he's okay with veggies, and I was doing the pasta end. And he's putting them up, and we're chit-chatting, and he's cutting the boxes, putting them up, cutting the boxes, putting them up. This old couple came behind him in a carriage and parked it and was watching us build them. And mind you, the sale doesn't start the next day, and we had a sale on our own brand that week.
Mm-hmm.
While Garrett was cutting some more boxes, this old dude comes over and starts interchanging veggies,
Store brand?
the store brand with Libby's, like interchanging them. Pulling them out. And I'm watching this, and I'm laughing while Garrett's cutting boxes. And I'm just trying to distract Garrett as long as I can. This guy then takes a box of Libby's, puts it in his car, and rolls away. Garrett comes over and goes... and looking, there's a whole box missing. And the box is like 18 cans. And like, and and another one had cans in it. And he goes, "What just happened?" And I'm just crying, like laughing. Like I legit had tears in my eyes.
You saw him doing it. You were just distracting Garrett so he would have no idea.
It was so funny. He's like, "What just..." I like go down the next aisle. He looks over and goes, "What the fuck?" He has a whole 16 cans or whatever it is, 18 cans of veggies in the whole box. He's like, "I can't believe this."
That's so funny. You watched him fucking switch it out.
Yeah, and I was just distracted him, and I'm just like I'm smirking while I'm talking to him, and he's like looking up, and he's just cutting the plastic off, and I'm just sitting there watching this guy's just, and it's really loud in there, so he couldn't really hear the cans being taken and stuff. So it was great.
It's usually pretty loud in grocery stores.
Yeah, it was awesome. I loved it. And then when we had this one guy who I could have swore he was homeless, but he'd always walk in at like 8:50, and we close at 9.
Oh yeah, that's right. Your store closed an hour earlier.
And we're like, "God damn it, this guy again!" And he's the guy that always goes to like the discount rack and start like shoveling through the discount rack and always asking for prices. "Oh, I want this one." "I don't know, man. There's a sticker on it."
Yeah.
"Yeah, but the price is rubbed off." "It's discounted, man. I think it's like $3 normally, so maybe $1.50. I don't know, man.
I don't
it's
know.
damaged. Just go and buy it. Like, I don't know, man. Can you go check for me?"
How do you check that?
You literally have to go to the front.
Oh,
To
they
the
scan
register
it?
and they have to scan it.
Okay, because I was like, how do you check?
Because you can't check the normal scanner. We had one guy. So I left for the day, but our night crew forgot to lock the door,
Oh no.
and a dude came in and started shopping, not realizing we're closed. And he literally, this is from the night crew. He had a whole carriage, and this guy was walking around, not realizing there's not a single person in sight. And I don't know what the night crew guys are doing because they usually bring the pallets out.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And so he goes to the front and then finds somebody and goes, "Hey, where's everybody?" The guy's like, "We're closed."
So
How do you do that? Like, just because the lights are like half dimmed and stuff. The lights are kind of off. The music's turned off, and there's not a soul in sight.
we're closed.
And he's like shopping. I got one more story.
One more story. Let's hear it.
And this is 3 days before I was leaving.
So right at the end of your tenure.
So I had 0 fucks given. And this manager was actually fired. So it makes it even better. But we got in a heated argument over bread. Like, heated argument. And it was simple logistics in my point. And he was just, talking about numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, we had a good sale on bread. It was another buy one, get 2 free on bread. I think it was like English muffins or something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Or something dumb. And we have a bread lady who specifies in just ordering bread. That's all she does. She orders bread, puts bread out. It's not really a hard job. You just gotta order bread. Right? And the front cap, when you walk right in, there's bread cap. And it was gone. Empty. And he goes, "Well, where's all the bread?" And I'm like, "There is no bread." He goes, "Obviously, there's no bread out here. You got more bread in the back?" And it's like, "No, there's no bread."
It's like, you're a manager. Should you know how this works?
Yeah. There is no bread. He goes, "Well, what about the aisle? Is there bread on the aisle?" "No, there's no bread."
If there was bread, it would be...
And he goes, "Oh, we're losing sales. Oh my God, I'm free." He starts freaking out. "I can't believe she didn't order enough bread." And I'm just like, "Dude, relax. We got rain checks." And he goes, "No, rain checks lose us money. We don't want to do rain checks."
Was it the actual...
The store director.
It was the store director?
Store director. Not just the manager, the store director. So he was like the head honcho of the store.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, I don't really care. I'm leaving anyway. And I didn't really like this guy anyway. He was kind of a jerk. And he's like, "I don't want to do rain checks. Rain checks are terrible. We lose money." I'm like, "How are we losing money? We get money by buying the bread." And he goes, "Yeah, but it's not on sale anymore. We could have been selling it for that price." I'm like, "No one's going to buy the $4 loaf. They want the $1 buy one, get 2 free.
They would have just sat on the shelf.
So no one would have bought it. So realistically, you're still gaining money because you're selling the bread on sale. And that's the point they're coming in. So they come in today and like, "Oh man, there's no bread. All right, I'll get a rain check, do some shopping, come back 2 days later, get the bread and more product."
Exactly.
So realistically, you're not losing any money. And he's like, "No, we're losing so much money because it's not on sale anymore." And I'm just like, blank. No, you're wrong. You're logistically wrong. What are you talking about? They're coming in for bread.
They're incentivized to come back
They're
and
not
spend more.
They're not going to come back and be like, "You know what? I just need this bread. I'm not going to buy anything else." Wait, realistically, it could happen.
Yep.
But the majority of people come in and there's a new sale. So they're like, "Oh, look at that pasta. Look at the pickles."
Yeah. The pickles.
It's just, it was a 10-minute debate with this guy. Just 10 minutes straight about why he's wrong about the bread. And I understand, like, rain checks look bad. Like, they look terrible in the store because why aren't you ordering enough product, But at the end of the day, it's just like, you're still getting the money for the sale.
Yeah.
You're still selling the bread. People are still coming in. You're still buying your product. So at the end of the day, why do you care?
Okay, so I know you said that was your last story, but I have one. It does involve you. So I was working days one day, and he comes in to talk to me, and then the assistant manager starts like, "Hey, you can't be talking. You can't be talking."
Yep.
giving me a hard time. "You can't be talking to your friends. You got to keep working. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to do this. You got to do that." Then the next day, literally the next day, he comes in again, but this time
I was in uniform, so I worked.
Law enforcement?
Yeah, I worked for law enforcement. And so I came in full uniform.
And it was me and the assistant again, just us two working, and he's talking to me the entire time, but this time the assistant says nothing.
Left them alone.
Absolutely nothing. And we talked for like a good hour and a half.
The first time was only like 15 minutes when he was getting yelled at. This time, yeah, it was super long. Didn't say a single word. Trucked on.
It was like an hour and a half. I was taking my sweet time, lollygagging, just chatting away to my law enforcement buddy, and he said nothing.
It was great. Sweet victory.
It was a good victory for us.
Yep. You know, people are stupid. You could have just said, "Hey, you gotta keep going." I mean, and realistically, what power did I have at that point? They'd be like, "No, he's talking to me." Like, I have no jurisdiction. Just tell him he has to go back to work. But that badge, man, pretty powerful.
Now, this is definitely unrelated, but it's similar. When I was working one day, and then my actual manager came up to me and he's like, "Hey, Devin, you have to go in the back room and talk to this guy in private." And I was like, "Oh God, what?"
I think I know.
And I was like, "What the hell's going on? Why do I have to talk to this guy in private?" So we go into the back room. He shuts the door. He locks it, and he's like, "FBI."
The guy with the mustache.
Yeah.
That guy is good.
Yeah.
That guy's real good.
I was so worried. I was like, "Why do I have to talk to this random dude? Like, what's going on?"
Can't really explain why, but I'll say my half of that story.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was playing video games, and that guy calls me. He goes, "Hey, are you home? Can we chat real quick?" It's a quick little chat, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm available." Yeah.
He probably told you he was FBI right away, right?
Yeah.
Like on the phone?
Yeah.
Like I had no idea until we were in the room.
Something. And he goes, "Yeah, I can chat." He goes, "Good, because I'm already here." And I hear ding dong. I was like, "Oh, okay." Okay. And I go there, and I'm like, I couldn't stop staring at his mustache because he had a little curly.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah.
The context is it was something military related. Thanks for being on, Josh, or this episode of Customer Commentary.
No problem.
Appreciate you. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to like the video, comment the video, subscribe to the channel, check out Josh's channel.
No, check out my channel. So,
peace out, guys.
Counting sheep once again, hiding from the wolf under my bed.